Hello everybody, because I'm here, and I am gonna be very scared, and that's not gonna be anything. Probably gonna be scared. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. Hopefully not. maybe hopefully yes. I mean I don't know what people want, but I hope not. For my sake. Okay. Let's stop this music. Let's open the game. I'm scared. I'm disturbed. But hopefully it's gonna be fine. Settings launcher, what? There's a manual for this game, what? I literally never freaking opened this. High quality. Language port, we're gonna play simplified Chinese. I think that's fine. Remember Justin, okay. Sound options. Now I'm scared that I don't have everything. Yeah, sure, full desktop. Shadow quality high, what the freak. I couldn't have it, just freaking everything. Freaking max. High. Samples, 32. Sure. Okay. We did it. We have the max settings for everything. Now we can play. I don't know if there's a freaking... hold on. I actually... Okay, now I freaking... Oh no. What about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Why is the freaking mic doesn't work? Wait a second, guys. I have to freaking change options or something now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It works. Why the freak? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I guess. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this freaking sucks. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to move the light. Ah, my eyes. Okay, that seems to work. Okay, nice. Almost. Barely. It barely works. Barely, yeah. Oh. Oh no. No, it's fine. Kinda? Maybe? You know what? I'm just gonna freaking disable the microphone this. Okay, I think that's gonna be. I want to. That's gonna be better. Kinda. Okay, this sucks. This just sucks. I should have checked before, I guess. Okay, it kinda works. I need a better camera for this. Okay. I don't know if you're gonna see this, but let's show the screen. Okay. Welcome to Freak. I have to clean my glasses. Because otherwise I'm just freaking... I have brain damage and I'm blind. Okay. Welcome to Amnesia, the Dark Descent. What follows is a couple of quick messages on how to get the best possible experience, okay? Should not be played to win. Instead, focus on immersing yourself, okay? Do not worry about what and how to save during gameplay. The game will take care of that for you. When you want to leave the game, just choose save and exit. You can then continue to return where you left off next time you start up the game. The world of Amnesia is a dangerous place and you are extremely vulnerable. Do not try to fight the enemies encountered, instead use your wit, hide, or even run if necessary. Okay. To enlighten dark is very important the game, and because of this it is vital to set up the gamma correctly. Okay, like this works for me, but like I'm gonna do this a little brighter so you guys can see. Because I know Twitch or YouTube, I don't know. I'm gonna put it on YouTube anyways. But one of these just makes it darker, so. Yeah, freaking, you barely see this on Twitch, what? I'm not gonna play on 2 though. It's too much. I'm gonna play on, yeah, 8. 1.8. Yo, this is freaking impossible. That is, I hope you enjoy immersing yourself in the world of Amnesia. Okay. So don't play to win, play to... Oh my gosh, this is so smart. Use... I seem like the beginning of this game because I watched like a playthrough too. Oh my god, can I increase the freaking... This is so smart. Oh, affect subtitles now. Focus icon. Can I freaking have this bigger? Okay, I guess it's just gonna be freaking small. Start new game. This way the game was designed to be played. Enemies will spot you more. Okay, I'm just gonna freaking play on normal. It's designed to play on normal, I'm gonna play on normal. How to save it and saving your game. What? Oh no. Yeah, playing normal. This is gonna be like my first proper horror game too. Okay, I played 5 Nights at Freddy's before this. I guess if that counts, but it wasn't. I mean, I don't know if this is gonna be scary. It might stop being scary at some point. I just have to freaking
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London.
Daniel.
Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy.
Daniel Mayfan.
Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is
Daniel. Danny. Okay, I'm Danny. Name is Danny now. Okay. This is as far as I got when I played it myself. 5 years. Just kidding. I got to like the second room in this game. Okay. Okay, I got up. Memento has been added to journal. Okay. Notes. Diaries. Memes. Or the liquid trail and find source. Oh, and M is just memes. Wow. Beautiful place. I'll say, Daniel. If it's your castle, you're pretty hot. You have nice taste. Health, all is good. Sanity, crystal clear. That's me right now. Cinder boxes used to ignite light sources in the environment and journal. Oh, this is nice. So I can just open tab. Tab stop the game though. Yeah, it looks like it does. Okay. Let's see. Somebody dropped some juice. Oh, yes. Okay. No, I'm not gonna use the tinder box. I have one. I think I got to that room. That's where we're supposed to go. And that's it. Can I run? I can crouch. And I can jump. Oh, also to rotate objects. Daniel, hold yourself. Keep steady, freaking whatever. Okay, I guess I can't open this. Daniel. I think this is legit where I stopped. This is legit where I stopped, I think. Okay, let's open this note. Oh my gosh, there are so many Tinder boxes in this. Okay, yeah, let's take a chair. That's gonna be enough to open this. Gotta say though, Daniel is pretty strong. I opened the freaking. Daniel, I thought you would take it. The gate is open, right? Freaking Daniel, why are you drunk? You're trying not to forget, but you drank way too freaking much. Okay, I guess this note is just freaking impossible to get. Can I zoom in or something? Freaking options, give me freaking button. Give config. Run is, which one? Run is left shift, okay, so. Lean? What the freak is right trigger for me? Q. Q and E, okay. I just want this freaking note. Or I guess we're not gonna see it. Nice painting. Just gonna freaking. Why did I freaking think about playing this game? I'm regretting it slowly. Daniel. Daniel is gonna keep me sane. It was the left shift to run, I'm sorry. Because it doesn't work. Left shift. Yeah, it is left shift. Am I just running like a freaking loser? I guess I'm kinda faster. My sanity, restart clear. My brain is thinking. People are whispering to my ear. Daniel. Listen. Listen closely. You should keep a diary. So what the frick is this? Oil. Okay. Anything here? Oh my gosh, this is the freaking Rockies. Ah, because it has. Is it like? Wait a second. Oh? No, this is just literally the freaking most durable freaking broom you've ever seen in your life. You could kill somebody with this. Oh freak. A slight headache. Your health is all good though. Just want to... Okay, yeah, okay, it works. Slam shut button works. Okay, just close myself here. It's them, Daniel. Okay. Beware when standing in darkness, your sanity will slowly drain. Turn on lights in the environment using neither boxes. Let's search for other sources of light. Okay. Was there anything here except a headache? Nothing here. Okay. Freaking, it's kinda windy here. Guess that's how it is with freaking castles. It's freaking cold. Traveling to Doverman, going through Canterbury. Make sure to pay a visit to avoid the sense of guilt connected with neglect of family. So this is our house or it's family house? At least. Freaking windy as heck. It's fine for now. A slight headache. It can be increased by complete... Okay, witnessing makes me go freaking insane. Oh, the book? What the... Okay, I'm freaking gonna hide. Is there a light anywhere? Because freaking I'm high now. Oh freak. Is there anything here? Oh, there is light. No, there is a lot of tinderboxes. Okay, that's it, I guess. Okay, what puzzles are here now? Another book. This is where I'm supposed to go, so let's not go there yet. Or let's go there. Okay. Freak me. Okay, let's go to the light. Oh? Pick the lantern. Okay, we have the light now. We have the power. Okay, let's hide the light. Oh, frick. Okay. Oh. Oh my gosh, another broom. Let's go. Okay. Oh, a carpet. Nice. Maybe we should just wait here. Can the freaking castle stop making these sounds?
19th of August, 1839.
Oh,
I
thank you.
wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right.
Okay.
God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you.
Okay, I don't know why.
One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can.
Okay.
Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him.
Let's go. Yes.
Your former self, Daniel.
Thank you. Daniel, my friend. Juice. I'm guessing next objective is nothing. There's no objective. Daniel's notes to self. Any more? What's this? Was that my freaking mind getting refreshed? Yes. My freaking mind just took a Mentos or something. Ah, minty fresh. The door slammed shut behind him, and he knew he would never again see the old tailor at Berkeley Square under the long stone. Yo, this place is sick. I can hide because it's kinda light here.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brandenburg.
Okay. That's where we're supposed to go. Cool. I'm just gonna check around. Also, I'm glad shift works. Because I was freaking sick. What? It won't budge, yeah. This place is big. Tabularium. Can I go here? Okay, I can. Archives. This is another door we can't go through. This is like the main hub, at least for now. Kinda so windy here though. Let I go here then. Della Vinaria. Okay, so this is the Della with cellar with vines. This is the vines cellar. Okay, I'm gonna regret going anywhere. Yeah, okay, these are different zones. I'm not gonna go everywhere. Oh, this is this where I came from? Okay, by the way, let's hit oil. Freaking bright here. The book. What up? Are these roaches or are these freaking... Oh no, they're just big bugs. These are nice. Is this like the... Hello? Guess I can't go there. Curious. Okay. Oh, I can pick a rock. I have to take my mind off anything. Ah, my poop. I will have so much oil, by the way. Some sort of organic tissue blocks the path that can it be dissolved? I'm guessing we need to go to the laboratory. That would make the most sense. Let's go to the laboratory. The other children cheered him on, his name voiced in a steadily rising pace, urging him to do it. Am I really doing this? The young boy fought and struck his victim with a rock. Nice. Okay, instantly freaking pull out this. I have 7 matches, I'm gonna keep them. Oh no. There are hidey spot? Chemical reaction. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. Okay, we're going to the wine cellar now. Okay, hello.
There should be more coop rats. Let me see. And one part aqua force.
Okay. Head is pounding, hands are shaking, mom's spaghetti. We need a puzzle to freaking make us think. Chemistry pot. Oh, a minty fresh. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lack the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calmine and orpiment are given, and the caprite binds them well. Huh? Okay, I'm back. My dad came here for a second to make me sane. Binds them well. This time I will attempt Aqua Regina instead of Aqua Fortis. Hope it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be under the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. What did I just find? One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I'm able to think of you and long for our life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them, they lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. The freak is this? Who the freak puts matches like this? I guess if they're empty. Freaking, I don't know if this is just freaking. I don't know if it's a monster nearby or just like I hear something like walking. Okay. This place is fine. Okay, just freaking get out. Wait, it was there on the second door. No. Let's just go. Back to the kitchen floor, tears were beginning to well in his eyes as he received the first kick in his stomach. Hazel remained hidden, in fear she too would be punched. We're only freaking... I just freaking played 30 minutes of this. Selaviniarias, that's where we're supposed to go. Without anyone to know to open without a key. Move from laboratory to the wine cellar. Then we need a key to the wine cellar. To the vines. You can freaking watch some funny vines. That door's closed, that's where we came from. And this is locked? Right, okay. We need to go up the stairs. That's the only place we can go. Oh my gosh. I mean, I haven't seen the monster for now, but like, I'm still spooked. What is this? Archives, tabularium. Fragrant taste of rose lingered in his mouth. Turkish delights, he thought, just like the ones at the consulate in Constantinople. Oh, somebody freaking come and back me up here, I'm so spooked. Oh, it's bright here, yeah, I want to stay here.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling
Oh, this is
more.
the first one in Algeria.
Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way
in the
late
second
into
one?
the
In
dark,
the second
cold
mission?
night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial
I
chamber.
feel like that's in the
No
second
matter
one.
what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
It's just similar. I think we should start with the bottom one, because I can just prove it like this. Okay, turn on this now. Nice statue, oops. Catalogi. I just prefer to close all the doors. Papers. Move this chair. Tinder box. I'm gonna sit here for a second and think. Oh, I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years, when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break the seal, Wilhelm House of Gerisch. Okay, I'm just gonna pause and check if my microphone works. It does. I think the game might be a little too loud. Okay. Okay. Back to game. Okay. That place is open. What is this? Studio. What I read this? There are so many Tinder boxes.
17th of May, 1839.
And because this is Tanya's
My
diary,
hands
that's why she's
tremble
reading
as I
this.
write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our
Excuse me.
torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
This is the end of this freak. I wanted to know more. I'm freaking spooked. Oh. Ooh. Just in case I'm gonna get bloody. Okay, now I'm freaking scared. Liber Vertes, old tombs. Okay. Put me in the old tombs. If book spells of my freaking sanity. Oh my gosh, more oil. Am I ever gonna run out of this? Probably. Was this book important? Let's spin. No. No, you can't open this, okay. Let's think about life for a second and let's get out. Okay, what was in that open door then? Because this is way further in. The door is gonna get shut, right? Or not? Pick me. Something's gonna freaking happen. Okay, I'm gonna go around. That's okay. I can't waste this much. How many do I have? 8. Okay. What's this? Local history. It won't open itself to freaking. Another thing to freaking, I guess, write down. There is another entrance, it's this way. Okay. Okay. Oh. There is blood on me and my more oil. This never ends. A map, okay. More map. Another one. Floor plans. The maps. Oh, this was this. I was so freaking confused. Was there anything? What, there was something said. Central Prussia. Okay. Somebody was really interested in Prussia. Okay, this is a thing. Okay. Whoop. Data box. Oh, this is a freaking book. Like this note had like freaking drugs on it.
17th of May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone
this is
wall
the
for
third
what
note.
seemed
Nice.
like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer.
Okay, let's
My
go.
weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was
Nice.
waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Somebody started playing, but not by. Okay. Do you have anything cool to throw? I have a book. I can't throw a book. That's boring. Okay, I think this is where we're supposed to go. Let's go to the maps. I love maps. Let's stay here. Okay, it's pretty bright here. Let's take this so we don't waste oil.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the walls. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs.
Oh.
Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
So I mean, these maps won't help me because, like, sure I can remember them, but like freaking half of these zones will be broken when we get there. We won't even be able to get there. Oh my gosh, it's more oil. Oh, somebody started playing. Okay, fine by me. Sounds better. Unless it's a monster dancing there. You can continue playing, I freaking don't care. It would be nicer for me.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
I mean, for now it feels like there is no reason to kill Alexander. He's just freaking like saying, dude, listen, we have to freaking do this. Let's just stay here and think about our life while I break everything. Even the thing I didn't need to. This is like that puzzle, you have to break the book open to open this note. Oh, I hoped you would read it for me. Daniel. Altstadt and Brandenburg Castle 1801. On the region enriched with lore is Altstadt. Deep within the East Prussian woods, for centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brandenburg. The quiet forest-clad mountains dressed with scattered... Okay, the freaking... somebody interested in Prussia is living in Prussia, so I guess that makes sense. It's as picturesque as can be. I bet the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All they have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motives that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that the soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp, burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveals their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visitant of Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Altstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resides in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day he went to investigate a burrow in northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to be passed away in Grenoble some 10 years ago. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Altstadt, which makes me wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The immortal Baron. The Baron of Brandenburg lives a reclusive life with his family. Alexander, right? Yeah, okay. No. At his castle nearby Altstadt, and like most of those noble birth rumors, are inherited alongside the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a noble from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as the protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish. Like, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. I kinda don't trust past Daniel, though. He seems not nice. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage, therefore the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. Wait a sec. Oh, this is a different Alexander, okay. I think. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and this. Ah, okay. So they just think he's immortal. Came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle along with the great leaders of this country. Nothing on the... Okay. It won't freaking open. Okay, what am I... Okay, I see the freaking entrance, it's here. So what am I supposed to move? Oh, this book? And there is a second one, so... This one? There's one more? Yes. Ah, minty fresh. Okay, before I take the key. Boom. 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 Oh my god, I'll be right back. I have to freaking get something to drink because I'm freaking literally dying. Okay, I'm back. Let's go back to the game. Which disappeared. I forgot this game that just disappears. Oh, I pressed the freaking wrong button. Oh, the game just goes back. Okay, nice. Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. Just a matter of time until they follow the trail of Brandenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men live or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would, in a sense, solve both of my problems. Wow, you kinda suck. Okay, now Alexander kinda sucks. Okay, I'm scared if I pick this up, I'm gonna freaking regret it for the rest of my life. So let's just open this. Maybe just one of these, right? Anything? Like, I don't know how loud is the freaking monster. I might just be freaking wasting time. And at this point, I just want to waste time because we still have an hour of freaking stream left. I'm going already insane. I'll freak you too, monster. Oh, you opened this? Thank you. Oh no. Okay, this is a setup. We're gonna freaking meet the monster in a second. Oh, there is a nice song when the monster is going after me. That's nice. Where's my help? Ah, so yeah, let's put this. Hagrid's wine cellar. Vines. Let's go. Oh, I'm quiet for now, but the prince kills Puplas. Oh yeah. I know where to run. Yo, that sounded sweet. Okay, run. It was done, the man said. The tomb has been revealed. Tin Hinan wait, grinned the toothless foreman. Thank you. Okay, I can't go this way. I do have to freaking run for this. Okay. Get a doggy. Freaking, it seems like it's getting night. So we're going to the vine. Oh my gosh, I just realized how freaking it actually dark it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm gonna freaking lower the gamma a little bit. Because like it's way darker on this freaking stream for some reason. It's not even funny. Can I actually just make it brighter for you guys? It's gonna be game filters. Can I freaking add a freaking like color? Image mask, but color correction? Sure. Let's increase the gamma a little bit so you guys freaking see, and I'm gonna make it darker for me. Okay, now it's a little more spooky. I'm gonna. Okay, you guys now have to a little too bright. You have to be scared with me. So let's change the filter. So can I like? Yeah, I can just turn it off. Okay, that's gonna be good. Okay, yeah, let's keep it like this. So you guys can actually see. Let's see how it is for you guys. Oh, it were kind of similar. Okay, it's pretty much kind of similar. Okay, now it's kind of scarier. This is the laboratory. The vine cellar. Ah, great. How do I use something? Do I use a thing? I just double click, okay. Ah, refreshing. A refreshing pass. The sun gave away to his tired body as he fell from the camera's back. He felt the wind gently sweep across his face and his dry, crusted lips. Freak me. Somebody fell down this.
the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Bro, now somebody's freaking in my house. Okay,
The flicker, the bluish light.
like I don't want to pick this up. This is the freaking thing we're supposed to pick up. Ah, a hammer. Oh! 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 I don't even know why I'm doing this. But I know I can. Okay, pick up and die. Yeah, I know my sanity was slowly drained, but freaking... Okay, let's put this on. Is this bright enough? Freaking my brain is freaking on drugs right now. Let me get out of here. What's this? What? This... What? Oh my gosh, what the freak is this? Okay, this is why I freaking left. Ah, freaking Daniel is built different. Like, legit, I would just use this hammer, but freaking... but Daniel can just do it by hand. Okay. Oh! Okay, I need to move this. Boom. Like, what the freak is this? Boom. 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 This freaking zooms with this. Boom. 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 Oh my gosh, it's the other side. Okay, freaking. Boom. 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 Okay, nobody's here. Oh, I thought it was in game. Okay then. I just freaking screamed to the monster. Nobody's here. Thank you for being here. Now I am at peace. I haven't met a monster yet, but like. Oh, that's a lot of juice. Ah, my freaking. I freaking took the freaking Mentos, and now my mind is refreshed. Hello? Okay, this I'm actually scared now. I think this is worse. Okay, boom. Okay, I'm doing it to the wrong side. Whoop. The worst thing is there are like step sounds, but like that doesn't mean anybody's here.
Oh, feels like my chest is going to burst.
Too much alcohol.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Accept it. We're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
Okay, Alexander is actually not nice. I don't feel about killing him now. Now I changed my mind. Okay, before I take this, I'm gonna read this. Oh my gosh. Danny, you don't want to read it for me? My name is Wilhelm, House of Garish. These are my final words, my confession and testament. Years ago I was summoned to the castle Brandenburg. As most of the aristocracy, I was curious about what the supposed Knight of the Order could want from me, and accepted the invitation. Yeah, Wilhelm was a chad. He was like, I'm freaking giving up my freedom for 2 years. Because yes, but in exchange you're gonna give me a recommendation to some place. He was hardcore. The Baron was friendly and offered me a proposition. It dawned on me that the nature of this contract was sordid, and that the reason I was chosen was because of the follies of my past and not the honors I'd been rewarded with during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim, and do so without asking. Okay, yeah, Alexander isn't nice. Unless he's doing this to keep away the freaking Shadow Man that's here somewhere from the freaking hit song, David Bowie's hit song Shadow Man. Uh, I've been rewarded with during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim, and so do. Okay. In return, he would attest to my character at the royal court. In return, he would freaking, I'm reading double. I'm having amnesia now. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly and I accept it wholeheartedly. Wilhelm Boy, yeah. Ever since that day, I brought men, women, and children to Brandenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100, none of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight, the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work, and my suspicions we descended the stairs, but there were no funny videos. But he insisted and joined us in a toast. The wine tasted fine and my men drank without restraint. Now begins the punishment for our sins. The Baron has locked us up and returned upstairs. Forgive me for what have I done. I was weak and fell into his diabolic ways. My men are screaming, the skin has been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolt against their God-given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes and I can no longer. Aqua Regina. Let's go freak me. Well, he like there was a different. Just gonna point out the note really quick because it's like, maybe I will feed them some vines. Yeah, the freaking funny memes. It would be in a sense solve both of my problems because he wanted to freaking get rid of like people and the sheriff. He didn't want the sheriff to see anything, and he also wanted to get rid of his servants. So he just killed them with this freaking wine. Okay, nothing's here. Stay out of sight and hide in the darkness. Makes you feel like there is an enemy nearby. Is this out of sight? Is this monster here? Or is this just my freaking brain clacking like a freaking cartoon? Yeah, it was just my freaking brain. Look, you too, I guess. I can't go through here. Okay. Good for me. But also that means there is the freaking. This is where the enemy is. What's this? I see the monster, kinda. I am out of sight, right? This is out of sight. What's this? A medical bracer to improve health. Oh! If he just standing there like a freaking JoJo character. Or is he gone? What are these? Wait, this just works on my health. I just need to pick up an item. This freaking, I'm blind now, right now. Not this kind of item, this is just a tinderbox. Oh. The monsters here are freaking blind, so I don't know. Okay. Okay. Ah. No ah? Oh, that was just freaking doors. Okay, let's get out. He sat down by the casaba while gasping for air. Sweat poured from his forehead onto the sand by the ground. Okay, freaky, I'm like so drunk right now. I'm drunk on freaking death. I guess we're going to the laboratory. We need to solve a puzzle. I love how it's like, oh, just thought so. I love how it's like, solve a puzzle, and I'm freaking gonna stop being. This is the laboratory. Solve a puzzle and my brain will freaking go back to normal. During 3 days in Algiers, a sailboat was finally arranged to take him across the Mediterranean Sea of Gibraltar, having reached British territory, which is a matter of rivers, every cabin on SS. Okay, freaking blind. Okay, put this away. Focus a little. Hopeful for no monster, because I will actually freaking die of being insane. Okay. Oh my gosh! I'm just putting stuff in, and he's like, ah. Okay, my brain just got fixed because I put a freaking thing in. We still need. Wait, did I miss one? I think I actually missed one. Gotta be freaking kidding. A few cuts and bruises on my heart. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, I need to pour 4 different chemicals and I don't have one. I missed it, I guess. That's gonna be annoying. It's not here, right? I just like putting stuff there. It doesn't give me anything. Find the... Oh, the stairs have collapsed. Let me guess, I can go through here. I can't. Yeah, I can't, okay. Oh, it's my freaking oil. Okay. I mean, the easiest way would just parkour. Okay, it's bright enough, right? Okay. Freaking, he's built different, so it's fine. Boom. The cloth smelled of desert and damp musk. The peace layers crumble on top. Too many of them, he thought, or perhaps too few. We're going back to the vines. My beautiful funny vines. And I'm gonna hide the lantern because I'm gonna freaking lose oil. I mean, there is one place where actually in the cellar where I can fill this up. I think we're gonna go there. So I'm just in case, yeah, I'm not missing. I'm just hoping monster isn't here. My freaking brain is clacking.
There's nothing left. Everything is gone.
Boom. Now it's filled, yeah. Wait a second, it's just... What? It's just freaking... Where's my monster? It's not here. It's dead. Okay, so there is nothing here. I'm guessing that's what the freaking message was supposed to tell me. Nothing's in this room. I feel like I checked that one. Did I go here? Oh, this is the one I missed. Is there anything around here? Let's just build a fort. Safety. My brain is crystal clear right now. There's literally... Because I picked up a bottle. It's like... Ah! Fine. Minty fresh. Okay, go. Entrance hall for now seems safe. The cloth smelled of desert and damp musk. The pieces lights scrambled on top. Too many of them, he thought. Or perhaps too few. Again. Ooh. Oh, now it's gonna... Freaking... Yeah, it got bad. Ah! Ah! Freaking have to grant the laboratory. That's good. That down by the Casbah. While grasp... okay, this is it again. They just freaking stopped giving me new. Oh my, why restarted? Okay, fine. Jump. Right. Need to turn on the burners first. Okay. 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 Hello, way too comically large bugs. These bugs are like my friends. Is that oil? Oh yeah. Boom. Oh, still 40 minutes left. Oh my gosh. After enduring 3 days in Algiers, the sailboat. Okay, this was already this. Hortense, yeah, headed for London. But I use acid then. Can I use acid on anything? No. How do I use acid then? Where was I even supposed to go? Wait a second. The refinery. Okay. Flashing. This is also. Can I open this? No. I guess I only have enough for one. Wait. The second. Was this? Yeah, it was the door. It's just locked. I was curious. Was it always here? It was. Because it's locked. Okay, can't be turned by hand. Yeah. Boom. Ah, alchemist achievement. My mind just freaking breathed. Refinery. It became impossible to avoid. The commotion in the streets begged for his attention. As he opened the shutters, the French soldiers opened fire on the two young men fighting back. Their voices were silenced in the haze of gun smoke. Okay, I wonder if this is the moment where I'm freaking gonna go insane.
It sure is dark in here.
Yes, and there's a good reason for it. But you can light the lamp now if you wish.
Can I?
What's the reason for the darkness?
That is, yeah.
Stay close. Be careful not to stray.
What's the reason? Why is it so dark?
Pay attention, Daniel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
Straight. Okay, whoop. Freaking stop going insane. I need to go straight. That's what Daniel told me. Daniel is like, I don't like Daniel, but on the other hand, he's kind of nice to me at least. To past me. Sometimes I don't freaking know if it's the freaking monster or just freaking Daniel doing his thing. Okay, let's close the door. Okay. just gonna freaking open the doors with my lantern. Turn off. This is safer. Okay.
22nd of June, 1839. It's been more than a month since my last entry. After the event inside the underground chamber in Algeria, Professor Herbert insisted I return to England. He said he didn't want to risk forfeiting the entire expedition lest I took a turn for the worse. An excessive decision, in retrospect. But I'm glad it turned out that way.
Please
I
don't
found
stop.
my journal this morning in the haphazard collection of
Oh,
things brought home
I
from
need to be
Africa.
ready.
Next to it
Whatever that
lay
is.
the broken stone orb wrapped in cloth. I tried to assemble it, but couldn't. The pieces wouldn't fit together, as if they weren't from the same object. Could I have imagined it all? Was there ever a complete orb?
Okay, this is about to freaking end. Okay, let's close this door for a second. I'm just gonna stop rattling my brain. How is my heart? It's fine. Let's add some oil. Okay, let's ponder this place. There's some juice. Dogs. Okay, now I don't freaking know what I'm supposed to do. Look, we're on the other side. The door leading to the back room is blocked off. I don't wonder why. Oh, hello? This is where the monster went. At least I thought so. Let's ponder this place now. How many? Oh, another note. Okay. My freaking sanity is going down. Let's pick up this note.
25th of June, 1839. I feel the need to continue this journal, even though it was intended for my journey to Africa. This must be something very important. I just know it. I've taken it upon myself to piece the orb back together, but it's been more difficult than one might think. The pieces are behaving strangely. They seem to change color, shape, and texture, but ever so slightly. Yesterday, I took careful measurements and notated any significant markings. Today, I confirmed my suspicions. They were changing. I was terrified and rushed off to see the finest geologist in London, Sir William Smith. I approached the subject with care, and we discussed how rocks change form.
Nice.
He told me about the nature of glass, how it eventually collapses on itself, like ice slowly melting over the course of centuries. Smith eased my mind a bit, but I can't escape the feeling
I guess
these
it was an
shards
artifact.
have otherworldly properties.
They probably do. Freaking going insane again. My heart. Oh, I see. No, I don't see. Where am I supposed to go now? Did I miss a door? I legit feel like, did I miss a door? Did I miss a place? Okay, I went here. Like 50 sides up. Yeah. Oh, this is... I think I came from here. Did I? I don't know anymore. Yeah, I did. I'm curious what the frick is that other way. Okay. Okay, this is getting... not even scared anymore. Of this place at least. Freaking want to know how to progress. Oh. I don't see the shadow man. Okay, this is a puzzle. Is it a puzzle or just me freaking going insane? It is a puzzle. Boom, tinderbox, tinderbox. I mean, it's less of a puzzle and more I'm about to freaking regret every decision in my life. So freaking what is it? Okay, Daniel, you're freaking joking yourself. Was this blocking? What is it? Oh, this. Okay, this is gonna freaking be a regret. Oh, this was refreshing to my brain though. This was so refreshing. Okay, what's here to regret? My freaking life. It's about to be regretted. Oh no. Okay, a new zone. Let's freaking pause for a second. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Archives, let's go. He crashed through the surface. The dark Atlantic waters smothered him as he struggled to make sense of his situation. Oh, hello my walls. Hello my buildings. Oh no! I know what it is. Oh my freaking gosh. I know what it is. Oh my gosh. Okay. I know what it is because of freaking Pookie's jumpscare mansion. I never played that game, I watched a lot, but I know this is from... Okay. She's there. Me. Oh my Biblia, let's go. Okay, this is timed, so I'm just gonna wait. How many freaking books can I use? One more, okay. There is a book. She's hungry. Is this timed or is this just making sound? Pick me. No. My freaking Minecraft parkour experience though. Okay, it is timed. Okay, good to know. The fish just fart. I don't even know where the freaking fish is. Oh, it lost me. Okay, I'm gonna wait for this fish to get closer, okay. Freak me! Okay, fine. Oh, there is another. Okay, good thing I have body parts for now. Oh, I see. Okay. Boom. Go eat some cookie. Okay, it's eating. My time. Eating. Okay, let's throw food. Some more food. Okay. Trick me! You had perfectly good food. Okay. You had perfectly good food and you attacked me. A few cats and roast. Okay, I'm gonna wait for it. Okay, I'm gonna wait for it to start eating. Wait a second, I need to close the door. Okay. It's not the end of it though. Wait, is it something? Yes. Hollow needle, what? A strong surgical needle, that's gonna be needed for something. Ah, my breath. Oh my gosh. Ah. We're out of here. Something large brushed against his leg and he felt himself being dragged along by the current of the beast. He pushed himself above the surface. Help! He cried as the ocean swallowed him again. Pick me. Okay, I think that's supposed to be the run I freaking want to leave, so I run with. Oh my gosh, run. Oh my gosh. Daniel. Block the path, run. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I honestly wasn't even scared. Just freaking... I'm going back. Oh. Leave me. Daniel can't open the doors for the life. He legit can't open doors even if his life depended on it. And he does. Back half. We literally died before this. He felt himself being hoisted out of the ocean. The long-range hull of SS Horstein filtered into the swimming warm escape artist achievement. Swimming warm yellow light of the setting sun. He turned his head to the calm ocean, reaching towards the coast of Portugal and thought, "Is this another dream?" Ah. Mission accomplished. We freaking got out of the underwater place. Ooh. Whoa. Okay, that's where we're supposed to go. Ah. These are my legs. Bob. Bob, I'm cleaning. Bob, you came to my room when I'm freaking clean. Ah. This is for kissing. You have to kiss it for good luck. What is a loud fart? Oh, this place is beautiful. Oh my gosh. I love it. And it's light, and it's nice. My health is all good. All is good in the world. Ah. Beautiful. The freaking music is so nice here. Oh, it's so nice here. More oil. The music just stopped. Oh no, it's back. Okay, so what is this way? We must start. Okay, this is another zone. What is this? Study. Guest room. Oh, these are like one room places because like guest room. What else can it be but one? What's this way? I'm gonna freaking sneeze. Excuse me. I just had to have a good luck sneeze. Okay, archives and this long hallway that I don't really want to go through. Thanks, Skaden. We're gonna go to the guest room first, or the study. Both sound nice. Is this another dream? He thought and screamed at the top of his lungs. Underwater. This is such beautiful music now. Oh my god, thank you. Wait a second. Wasn't I here before? No. Oh, another one of these figurines. Nice. Yeah, no? Does it work? Maybe. A lot of crosses. Close the door. The Biblia. The Bible. Oh my gosh. Letter regarding the discovery of an ore. Ord. Or. We're gonna know in a second. To my most trusted student and friend, Johann Weiner. The most remarkable thing happened as I was traveling through the Prussian woods this summer. I finally found one of the orbs I have been looking for the last 20-odd years. It is as inexplicable as the Dromus described it in the Hortus Conclusus. It was as it was told about an underground Mithraic temple crowned with an unearthly artifact. The orb was big, enough to fill my cupped hands, and texture was smooth and jagged. Its color washed while rich. Contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It was an impossibly an artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in a nearby village called Altstadt, investigating one of the antiqued trails, when I finally found the cavern. I went inside, and suddenly I could verify the truth of these enigmatic artifacts. They were real. There are more features. I thought there were only two, but there is a third one. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it has also become my greatest fear. They entered the underground chamber. I would feel that I was trespassing. Because my curiosity, I did my best, by these instincts, and fetched the orb from its place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in its pursuit. I made my way to the nearby ravine, where I stumbled upon some men fishing in the lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but fortunately they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cry of pain echo through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly, a blue shimmering light engulfed me, and the colors of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running through the bleak surroundings. The trees had turned charcoal black. Oh my gosh, there's so many pages. With leaves of cinder, the ground covered in murky water. I pressed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave way to the rising wind and rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in as pain and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground, gasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I had carried while miles away across the Alps to a grassy field outside Genoa. The Guardian had taken the orb from me, but still, until this day I fear its return. Sometimes I lie awake at night listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It has been nearly a decade since that day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. Last time we spoke, you told me about your interest and ongoing research into the mythic orbs, and I realized I owed you the truth about my visit to Alstom. Your friend and mentor, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. Oh, I remember him from a previous place. Whoa. I can see the outside. There's an outside in this place. Whoa. Oh my gosh. There are freaking trees. Okay, Daniel, we're going. The study is big. My study is like my room. Oh, chilly room. Chambers of the human skull. Oh. Understanding locomotion. Milestones of human anatomy. I'm gonna read this in a second because this is gonna be useful. Understanding balance. The canine jaw. Oh, I don't want to look at this. No, I don't want to look at this.
Let's see what you have to offer. What a mess. I should have sharpened the saw.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I can sense it. It's definitely there.
What's there? Alexander, tell me what's there. Alexander, listen, tell me what's there. Ah, Canis lupus familiars. Okay, that's family of Canis lupus. So a common wolf, right? A common dog. Yeah, Canis. Yeah. Um. 1658, up April 12. After a short study, it is clear that the agitation found amongst humans can be found in the dog. Fear and pain induces stress, which seems to trigger an endogenous response, causing the animal to burst with energy. No, Canis lupus is a wolf, right? Canis domestica would be a dog, right? I think. I believe that the catalysis is produced in the brain. It is difficult to determine exactly where and what is it, but I can sense it. It reeks of cosmic genesis. It smells of the freaking beginning of the world. There is an inherent problem in harvesting this energy, since the creature is bound to die from the exercise. I must refine this process of torture. At least he calls it what it is. Then I enable any real work to be done. More experiments must be performed, but it seems that only human beings are able to produce the amount necessary. It might be their ability to appreciate the severity of the process that ultimately augments their experience of terror. Nice. That sounds so nice. Oh my god, this freaking boom. Is this a shot? Let's go. I have a weapon. Oh. I'm gonna regret this in a second. Oh, that's a nice painting. I'm not gonna light it up, it's fine here. Whoa! That was the scariest thing I've ever seen in this game. Like legit, this is what scared me. That dude having scar. Like, this is not even unexpected. Like, I saw freaking human remains in the freaking basement. This is like freaking. This is a chill in the freaking comparison. The sound just scared me. Like, this is basically I've given at this point. I'm just freaking talking so I don't have to read this freaking book again. Another freaking book. This is gonna be how we end today. Just freaking reading 50 things. 1652, January 9. Further disappointment. The antiquarian's latest findings yielded nothing. I'm still unable to grasp the inner workings of life and its relation to the power I sense within it. I shall pursue more books on the subject, but I suspect it will be in vain. Since no research has been made in my particular interest, I must attempt to fill that void myself. I'm just gonna check if my mic works. Everything seems fine. Clearly humans emanate more of the energy I seek, but I hope animals will suffice, as they will prove less of a hassle to acquire. Was it even worth coming here just to learn that they torture people? I expected them torturing. I didn't have to see it. Okay, what smart Daniel did you read? I know Roy around the rat in the study. Me. We're not even trying to get here. But sure. I mean, I'm guessing. Hello? This is where the rubber was, right? Oh, we didn't check this place. Nothing. Nothing. Excuse me, just. Okay, I have to hide because freaking we're almost out of juice. Did I see a juice machine here somewhere, or was it? Oh, hello, Rina. Thanks for being here, and good luck with your makeup. Herbert's trunk was wrapped in rope. The lock had been broken by thieves, he assumed. He wondered if anything had been left, considering all the hunts it had passed. Ah, my beautiful room. Let's go freaking clean again. Boom, boom. I just realized there are... Oh, this is the freaking water of death. Dead people. My favorite. I wonder if this heals my brain, like just being in this room. I mean, that would be funny. I can just freaking play in water for like 5 seconds. As I just want to appreciate the freaking design of this beauty. Okay, we're gonna try to go to the guest room, and then we're gonna finish because it's almost the end. So, like, we basically did one hub zone. Like one part of the game. I don't know how much that is. He returned the teacup to the saucer and picked up the orb as one would an apple, and pondered the orb on the strange happenings. Ah.
My journal is gone. What would they want with my journal?
I don't know. What would I want for John? Also, like, this place is nice because everything here is bright, so I doubt like a monster will show up or something. Oh, comically large bags, hello. My favorite gender. I just like breaking these spots. It kinda gives me life. Oh, heal juice. Is it heal juice? It is heal juice.
2nd of July,
Oh, thank you.
1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
Okay. Oops. I guess I don't know my own strength, huh, guys. Oh, somebody had a party here. Oh my gosh. Wow. That was a party. Like, this place is just... I feel safe here because there's just light everywhere. Wonderbox. Boom. Boom. There's so many notes. Boom! We have a crowbar. We're immortal now. This basically means we're immortal. So there is a hiding spot just in case. There's a shirt. Anything? No. Is there anything under the bed? No. Sure. Let's make it nice. This whole area is nice. And I don't know if it's just a calm before the storm. And I'm gonna regret everything I did until this point. But we'll see.
3rd of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired
Oh, hello,
events.
Raj. How are you?
I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what
Reading
might have happened.
stuff, I guess.
May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment. This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text.
No, that means the same
Herbert
thing.
states his facts without judgment or passion. But suddenly I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks,
There
and
can be
Herbert
more than
had
one
to take
ghost.
some extreme measures to continue.
Cheat
He
codes in this
finally
game.
visits the chamber
There are
himself,
cheat codes in this
where
game?
he retrieves the orb to the surface.
Or did
This
you use
account
them? Because
confuses me
I'm not gonna
greatly.
use them. I'm
If he
brave.
has
I
the
got scared
orb,
once because
What are
a
those
sound was
pieces
scary.
in my
That's it.
drawing room?
Okay, there has to be one more freaking note. Oh, I clicked the. Oh,
Daniel,
no, I'm gonna
still
freaking.
having nightmares, I see.
I have so much oil in this
Yes, I can't shake them. They come every night.
We'll
Can I get
put
on
a
the
stop
bed?
to them. You'll
I
see.
can. Okay, let's think about our life for a second. I mean, yeah, this. At first, I played like the game on like the freaking max brightness because it was barely visible on stream until I actually learned that I can just freaking like switch the increase the light. I for now I was only scared in one point, and it was like I was opening it has a broken lock. That's fine. My brain. And there were skulls. That was the scary
Let
stuff.
it be here.
For now, I'm doing fine. I died once. No, I only have this game. I might play the other games if I enjoy this one. I'm just gonna dance for the monster in the freaking... Does he hear me? Oh, you just freaking took the doors, okay. You just want freaking... You could have asked, I would have given you the door. It was giving me problems anyway.
4th of July, 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault,
Alright,
joined them,
but the way we're
producing the
finishing soon,
orb
so
I
you can like
remembered
go
so
to Lina
clearly.
if you want.
The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own.
We're basically
with
like
no adhesive.
finishing this note and ending.
The ancient stone relic
It's fine.
now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange.
Okay, we're getting out of here. Yeah, good luck. I fully respect this. I'm behind. I would be behind you, but I'm gonna rate Kaden because when Kaden streams, I'm gonna rate Kaden. That's my thing. Is this place okay? I want this place to be okay. Oh, the monster was so nice. brought me a freaking present for that door. I mean, I'm not hungry, but like, no. I have to give A plus for an effort. Okay, let's go clean. This is where we're finishing. Our oil is fine. Okay, boom. Save and exit. Yes. I wonder how much did we finish? Does it tell me? Oh my gosh. What is the last save? This is the last save, right? No. Wait, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, that was fun. It wasn't that scary. It wasn't that scary. There was like 2 moments I was scared, but as I was on like like such high brightness for like the first 20 minutes or something. Not on purpose. It was so dark on stream, but I can just increase brightness on stream instead of my view. Yeah. Let's see how Caden is doing. Is he on like starting soon, or is he starting now? Or am I too freaking fast and he actually didn't start yet? That's gonna be freaking stupid. Oh yeah, okay. Like usual, he's just freaking late. I'm fast, I guess. Now we're gonna wait 2 minutes while I talk about this game and my camera that for some reason sucks. I really need to get a better one. That's like a requirement at this point. So yeah, I will say this game is I'm intrigued by the game. I'm curious where will it go. I mean, I'm guessing the end is gonna be we're gonna try to kill Alexander. And I think this game has like 2 endings, right? This game might actually have 2 endings. I don't know if it has, but if it does, we're gonna do both. If it's not, I might look up Amnesia multiple endings. Okay, there are endings, so we're just gonna see. When it's triggered, but will be okay. It's just in one place. Okay, we're not gonna freaking look at it then, because it's just in one zone. So I'm not gonna spoil myself. So that's nice. So we can basically do all 3. We're gonna do all 3. That's gonna be my goal. To do 3. And yeah, let's rate Caden Cactus. Boom. Gonna start in a second, so like 40 seconds. So yeah. Tomorrow is Area of Sorrow final stream on Thursday, which is amazing because that's gonna be perfect. On Wednesday, I mean. Then on Thursday it's gonna be Amnesia, and then on Monday we're gonna play Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm excited for that. Come on, Kaden, start because I want to end stream. Okay, but I'm still gonna say that, like, the game isn't super scary for me, but it's atmospheric. It's very atmospheric. So that's something I can. I mean, this game is not so old, so like it might not be like I haven't seen the classic Markiplier, the required Markiplier playthrough that everybody has to watch. So I'm blind to this game. I mean, I saw like up until the cellar, so even before the freaking underwater monster showed up. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and hope to see you tomorrow or on a completely different day. Bye.